السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brothers who are, come here, brother, all of you. Come here, come. Come sit down, come. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وألحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Inshallah, we continue as yesterday to speak about the rules of fasting, Siyam. It's very important, that's why I call all of you to come here. Listen carefully, he will ask some questions, I will answer. This answer, remember, like, if you don't understand my answer, ask me again. Don't hesitate. Ask me again. Start.
Question number one. If a person during suhoor was doubting if it's Fajr or not, and finds out later that it wasn't Fajr yet, what should he do?
Okay, you understand his question? He asked if someone, we are making suhoor, right? Suhoor. Suhoor, you understand suhoor? Eating before Fajr is in Arabic suhoor, okay? So while he's eating, he has some doubt if it now time of azan or not. He's not sure. Then after he check, he found out it's before azan Fajr. Then in this case, his fasting is acceptable or not? Understand the question? The answer of the question is his fasting is acceptable. Why? Because that happened before Fajr time. Okay? You understand? So if you are making fasting and you have some doubt, if now I'm in Fajr time or not, then when you check, you find out it's not Fajr time, it was before Fajr time, then at this case, your fasting is alhamdulillah, is okay inshallah. Okay? Next question is okay? Okay. This question is same as the first question, but the condition is different. He making sahur, eating before Fajr. Then he have also doubt if it time of Fajr or not. After he check, he found out it's after Fajr already. He passed the azan already during his eating. In this case, his fasting is acceptable or not? The answer is no. He became fatir. His fasting is not acceptable in this day. What should he do? After Ramadan, inshallah, he must repeat one day. Why? Because he didn't make it intentionally. He was making sahur normally, but by mistake, he thought that he's still in the time of sahur, not Fajr. But he found out that Fajr time already passed. In this case, he must repeat his fasting again after Ramadan one day. This question is okay, inshallah? Not understanding, ask me again. Is okay? Okay, next.
Number three, if a person does iftar, if he eats, and then later realizes it was not time for iftar yet, it was not Maghrib time yet, is his fasting acceptable?
Okay. This question, for example, now we are making iftar. Before, you thought it's Maghrib time already. But you didn't hear azan. By yourself, you was eating, and you think it's already Maghrib time. You are sure about it's Maghrib time. But you found out there's still maybe 5 or 10 minutes for Maghrib time. In this case, your siyam is acceptable or not? Not acceptable. Why? Because Maghrib time is still not coming. So in this case, you must make sure 100% that Maghrib azan already done. If Maghrib azan start, you can eat. Before that, no. So in masjid, of course, mistake is not happening. But if you are, for example, working outside or in your house, you are not sure if the azan started or not. So you thought it's azan time, and you start eating. But subhanallah, you found out it's still maybe 10 minutes or 7 minutes. In this case, your fasting are not acceptable and you have to repeat again one day after Ramadan. Understand? Okay, next.
If a person was fasting and then he forgot he was fasting and then he ate by accident, what should he do?
Okay. So during Ramadan time, sometimes happen to any one of us, especially in the first, second, and third day in Ramadan. Like kids used to eat in the morning your breakfast and lunch and this thing. So one day, for example, first day in Ramadan or second day, during daytime, not intentionally, by mistake, you think it's normal day, that's why you eat your breakfast. And you think it's normal day. You not making that intentionally. And remember and focus on this point. You are not doing that intentionally. By mistake, 100% mistake. In this case, your siyam is still acceptable, inshallah, no problem. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see you, not me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see you if that happened by mistake or not. If really 100% by mistake, your siyam is acceptable, inshallah.
If someone forgets that they're fasting and they eat, and then a different brother, a different Muslim sees that happening, what should he do?
Okay. For example, you saw your brother or one of your friends or normal Muslim eating by mistake. Actually, if you are seeing any Muslim in daytime eating, almost 90% will be by mistake. Otherwise, maybe 10% he is sick person or have some private issue. But majority, he will eat by mistake. What should you do as a Muslim? You should give him advice that, brother, we are now in Ramadan. Please remember, you must remind him that we are in Ramadan. It's your duty as a Muslim. If you see your brother in Islam doing that, even by mistake, you should remind him.
What does Islam say about a person that eats during his fast intentionally?
Now, what is the hukm in Islam about the person who are eating intentionally in Ramadan? Daytime. What is his hukm? First of all, it's kabira. You know kabira? We have major sin and minor sin. It's major sin. This first punishment. Second, in general, it's a general rule. We have some person who admit that fasting is a pillar of Islam. Okay? But he did it intentionally. He break his fast intentionally. He is still Muslim, but fasiq is very bad word actually. It's very dangerous word. Fasiq. If a person, it's not only about fasting or zakah or prayer or hajj or whatever. If a person say, I don't believe that prayer is a pillar of Islam. I don't believe that zakah is a pillar of Islam. I don't believe that fasting is a pillar of Islam. In this case, is kafir, 100%. Kafir. Understand what I'm saying? If a person denying that fasting is a pillar of Islam, prayer is a pillar of Islam, zakah is a pillar of Islam, he is 100% kafir. By ijma' al-fuqaha. All our a'imma say kafir. But if he admit that fasting is from Islam, is a pillar of Islam, salah, prayer is from Islam, but he is not doing, is Muslim, fasiq, making kabira min al-kabair, major sin. And if he didn't make tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his punishment is very high. Actually, the sawab which he lost by one day making iftar intentionally, you can't even make it again equal 1 year by volunteer fasting. If you make 1 year fasting, the whole year, the sawab of this 1 year can't be equal 1 day for a person who made iftar intentionally. Can you imagine how dangerous it is? Second, what is his kafara? Most of you are ahnaf. In our mazhab, it's a little bit different. In ahnaf and malikiyah, the kafara of the person who did that intentionally, he must fasting 2 months continuously without making iftar even in between. For example, 2 months. If after fasting 40 days, still have 20 days only, and after 40 days he make iftar 1 day, he must repeat again from the beginning. as a punishment. It's like dangerous that far actually. It's not easy. It's not easy. And for a person his health is not okay and he is not allowed to fasting, he must make what? No. إطعام 60 مسكين. He give food to 60 fakir, 60 poor person. This is the first case. Second case, if a person break his fast intentionally by having relation with his wife. What is the حكم? Same. If a person break his fasting by making a relation with his wife, all fuqaha, even Shafi'iyya with Ahnaf, with Malikiyya, with Hanabila, all have ijma' that he must make kafara. What is a kafara? Fasting 2 months continuously. If he miss one day, for example, if he fasts 57 days, and then next day he break his fast, again he will repeat again 60 days. Again, as a punishment. It's not easy thing. So be careful about that. Next.
If a Muslim sees his brother breaking his fast intentionally, what should he do?
كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. Our duty as a Muslims to make أمر بالمعروف and نهي عن المنكر. If you see someone breaking his fasting intentionally, you must stop him. It's your duty as a Muslim. You must stop him. But if stopping him will be harmful for you, then you make inkar by your heart. You deny by your heart. If it like speaking to him will be harmful for you, make inkar by your heart. You are not accepting that thing.
Sometimes when in Ramadan we feel sick and we don't want to fast. What illnesses allow us to not fast in Islam?
Okay. The illness which allow you to break your fasting in Ramadan, if the doctor, not you, not me, if the doctor saying you are not allowed to make fasting in Ramadan, because if you make fasting in Ramadan by this condition, by this illness, you will be in a very big danger. In this case, take the mashwara from the doctor, and you will also ask scholar, not only doctor. Ask after taking the report from doctor, you will ask the scholar. Then he will say, okay, in this case, you will not make fasting, but after Ramadan, you will repeat whatever you miss. For example, if you miss 3 days or 4 days or whatever you are missing, or you're taking medicine by also the doctor, not by yourself, because sometimes people have catch cold only. You go to the pharmacy, bring some medicine, and they drink in Ramadan, day of Ramadan. It's not like that. If the specialist, doctor decided that, then okay. But not by yourself. It's about medicine. About illness, if the doctor decided, and then you make mashwara with alim, scholar. You ask him, Sheikh, it's like this and this and this. Then he study your condition, because not everyone is same. Not everyone is same. If he give you fatwa, okay, you will break your fasting, but after Ramadan, you will repeat again your fasting.
Final question. What if someone has an illness that puts them in a situation that they cannot fast their whole life? What should they do?
Okay. His question is very important. If someone, may Allah protect all of us, inshallah, some people, some brothers or sisters have some kind of illness which is permanent all his life. And he cannot make fasting by this condition. In Islam, what should he do? He can't make any fasting. In this case, fasting Ramadan is not even allowed to him. He will not make fasting, but he must pay fidya. We call it kafara in your language. In Arabic also kafara. Every day, like for example Ramadan, if it's 29 days or 30 days, after Ramadan he will pay kafara for 30 per person. Every day he make breaking fast, he will pay money or give food to per person for 1 day. Scholars said that kind of food, it will be 600 grams of rice. You can pay the same quality of money. If you want to pay more, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you more reward. the more you pay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you more reward. So kafara is obligatory for that case. For the person who can't make fasting because of his illness, after Ramadan he can pay kafara. In Ahnaf, they said he can pay kafara even from the beginning of the month for the whole month. In our mazhab, it must be day by day. Or after, you can make it after Ramadan. But in your mazhab is okay, you can, in advance, from the first day in Ramadan, you can pay the whole kafara for all Ramadan. Last point, if a person is very old, like our grandfather or grandmother, and their case, they are not allowed to make fasting, their body is very weak, they can't make fasting. They are same as the ill person. They will not make fasting, but they will pay money for fakir. Every day they make breaking fast, they will pay money. Inshallah, this is our class today. Tomorrow, inshallah, we continue with other questions, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.